It's just to give me something to shoot in this position. I'm really interested in how we get over here and get position and shoot all these targets. So that's what we're really paying attention to. Okay. Just do what you do. One example.
Oh, don't throw that one out. I didn't know you were videotaping.
All right. So what were the differences you saw there?
Skip that shuffle. Better entry.
Yeah, so the shuffle that you saw, that's a good way of putting it. So a lot of people have it in their head that if they shoot on the move, they're going to be faster, right? It's okay. You can say, yep, a lot of people have that idea. Good example on the stage over there, the start position has like, we have some targets here. I get it, makes sense. I can shoot these and kind of back out. Actually watching people, how many guys were actually faster doing that?
Probably nobody.
Do you believe? Yeah, I'm with you. In this crew, I would say like, I didn't see anybody save time doing that. Why? Because they slowed the shooting down quite a bit. They turned their bodies, so now I need to get my hips pointed 180 degrees from where they're pointed from here. So I slowed the shooting down. I only got one step in the direction I want to go, and I have to turn all the way around anyway.
Now, how would you have done that over there?
We'll talk about it later. But I may have done that, but it probably wouldn't matter. I probably would just shoot right to left and then go. Probably. But I know from experience that if I backed out, I would have to make a lot of movement. I would have to be like 3 steps away by the time I finished the last target to make it worth it.
So you'd have gone this way.
I'm not saying for sure I would have done that, but I probably would have done that.
Fair enough.
Yes. But you see that scenario all the time, right? Where it's like, yeah, I can move a little bit, and people have in their head, yes, I can shoot on the move. So that's kind of what I showed you here, the first example, where I slowed myself down, and in my head, it's like, yeah, I'm shooting this target on the move now. So then I shoot it very deliberately, you could see, and then it's like, oh, there's a steal. So reposition for everything, and then stop, and then shoot. Right? Is that kind of what you saw?
That's the first one.
Yes, that's the first one. And that's not the style I want. The second thing is more what we're looking for, where I ran from here to there, how fast?
100%.
Full speed, like as fast as I can go. So in my brain, I'm gonna go over to here, I'm gonna run over here, set up in a position and stop. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna try to set up with, gently so the gun's not bouncing around, but I'm going here to point A to point B as fast as I can. And I'm gonna set up and stop. Now, during that process, I want to start shooting as soon as possible. I don't want to artificially slow that down to create a window to shoot on the move that doesn't really exist. Does that make sense to everybody? Mm-hmm. And that's what you saw, is things were very fluid. I came into position shooting continually without a break or a hitch in there. Does that make sense? That's what we want. So there's 2 times we need to assess if you're training this on your own. The first time is obvious, from the cone, last shot here to first shot there. The movement split, that's obvious that you pay attention to that. Which other times should we pay attention to, though? Anywhere in this scenario, come on.
Overall, no transition.
Which transition?
From that target to that one.
Exactly. From first target here to second target here, if you see a big gap start to open up there, it's like you're not moving into position efficiently. Another good way to think about it, or how you might want to practice it, is you just stand there and shoot those 5 shots. Shoot those 3 targets like, as aggressively as you can. Just stand like boom, boom, ding, boom, boom, like shoot them. And then when you move into position and shoot, it should feel the same way. Does that make sense, everybody? Mm-hmm. So a big part of this is rewiring your concept of what shooting on the move means. Like I would define it as long as your shoulders are moving, kind of, they're stabilizing or they're kind of rolling out of position, that counts to me as like you're shooting on the move. And that's really all you need to do to get an advantage. Like when people try to keep their feet, get their feet moving a lot while they're shooting, they try to artificially do that. I think it slows the shooting down a lot, and it's a lot less efficient and harder to do. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of overemphasizing that you shouldn't always be looking at like, how can I shoot on the move?
I don't even think you should be asking that question, really. Yeah, I mean, it's like stuff where you have to shoot on the move is, I think everybody understands if I can shoot while I move, like that's going to save time. I don't need to really look at that hard. Like the way you really see it work on an actual stage, like over there, is it's going to come down to your skill level. Can you shoot aggressively enough while you back up to make it make sense to roll out of the start position like you wanted to?
Sure.
Do you have the skill level to shoot without stopping your shoulders through that middle port? Can you shoot that steel while you walk? I mean, these are pretty obvious questions. You either can or you can't, right? So I think people just need more skill level at shooting on the move and better fundamentals as far as picking out a spot or looking through walls at targets, keeping the gun mounted, that kind of thing. That's what matters.
Sure.
Okay. So any questions about this? We've got two scenarios, obviously, so people are going to start, two guys start at a time. They're going to go opposite directions. It should be safe. It should be nice. While we're doing this, the stage is open for you. I want you to go through it dry, go through it live, start experimenting with some of these concepts. I think what you'll find on the stage is that if it's a plan that you feel you can execute aggressively, that's going to be the best plan. If you are not comfortable doing something, it's going to slow you down. A good example would be your no-shoot strategy this morning, right? When you're trying to squeak them on like right into the A zone and it slowed down everything, there wasn't confidence, and the result was bad on top of that. Whereas if you just pick a strategy that you're comfortable with, you're going to do a lot better. Okay, well, let's get to it.